Okay, so this week, who were the big winners in crypto? Dare I say the centralized entities? No, folks, that's not a typo. The centralized entities were the winners in the decentralized universe, starting with our friends at Coinbase. Their IPO is coming out. First, it was 70 billion. Now it's 100, and it's got that creep to it. So, when this IPO comes out, it will probably be the biggest event in the history of crypto, and that's saying a lot. Now, speaking of the biggest event of the week, Binance. Okay. Never underestimate CZ. The guy came out and said, we're going to develop our own Uniswap type competing product. I want to say everyone laughed, and no one was laughing when Binance coin printed 350. Matter of fact, the only way to chart something like this is to use Gann analysis, which was used to trade the wild stock market in the 1920s. So one of our customers actually brought to my attention that I actually did have a decent call on this from earlier in the month in our newsletter. I was thinking parabolic, but I don't think anyone was thinking 350. And that's probably why it went there, because everyone was like, oh my God, I've got to get in. This is the Ethereum killer. Now, realistically, I think this trade has, run its course, right? I mean, I don't want to say there's something wrong with Binance coin, but when they go from 50 to 350 all at once, and it's really emotional, it can give you some pause. Okay. Now, PancakeSwap, all right, the token's out. As with Uniswap or any of these tokens, I know it's February 21st. This is a 30-minute chart. So it'll be dated if you're looking at a recording. The optimal thing to do with these type of tokens is to buy them on a dip. With this, we're looking at 1550. One of the themes that we've talked about is that there's going to be more than one DeFi highway. There's going to be more than one way to participate in the alts of your choice. Binance just literally exploded onto the scene, really because I think it held up a sign that says, we're a casino with no fees. Doesn't have anything to do with killing Ethereum. I don't think you can kill something that is both a technology network and money. Somebody just held up a sign that says, hey, gamble here for free, or free beer and pizza. And everyone ran in at the same time. Okay. Speaking of the Ethereum rebellion, okay, Polkadot, prior to Binance, all anyone wants to talk about is Polkadot. And I think it's still the case that people really, really want to talk about all of the small coins that are being released for this protocol. Now with Polkadot, if 35 holds, it can go to 45. I know a lot of people are probably dreaming of a Binance style move here where DOT can do something like go to 100. I'm not going to tell you that can't happen. I'm just going to remind you that, DOT is not operational, and things like Layer 2 or Ethereum 2.0 are going to be extremely powerful. But the speculative fury around things like Binance and Polkadot are real. Speaking of speculative fury, okay, Cardano. All right, this has been around for a while. It's now just coming online. And again, this is a protest of all these ideas. This is probably the biggest protest trade over the Ethereum gas fees. For new people, gas fees are just the transaction fees to do trades on the Ethereum network. It's so popular and there's so much congestion. It's almost like the toll to use the network has gone up. So when another highway comes online that may have less of a toll, like Cardano, all of a sudden the coin goes from 20 cents to 90, breaks through $1, and the next line I can draw is at $1.50. So who won this week? Centralized players and protesters. Now, meanwhile, Bitcoin's worth $1 trillion. So there's that whole interesting idea unto itself. Bitcoin, you know, the future of money, not our favorite coin, is headed for 60K. Now, the way we broke it down was simple. Bitcoin went from 10, to 40, took a break, and now it could make another 30,000K move or 30K move from 30 to 60. We've got some really nifty internal work showing that, 60K could be a huge inflection point. You may actually see material selling in Bitcoin at 60K. Now, what does that mean for the market? Truthfully, I don't know. Because again, there are all these players out there like Michael Saylor where, if he smells that there's liquidity, they may, a guy like him may jump in and take what the sellers are offering. But 60K is a very big level in Bitcoin, and our internal work shows that it's actually more important than 50. Now, total crypto market cap. I like this stuff as an analyst. I like these numbers. I've been using them. I thought it was interesting that, total crypto market cap hung around 1 trillion. And then I tried to chart it from there, and Mr. Market just doesn't care. Okay. It doesn't care. Right. It's just going and going and going. Total crypto market cap, the next level I can even chart is 1.8 trillion. Again, the explosion in the way this market is moving, it's almost like either it's a mania and people are just wildly FOMOing in, or the whole cryptocurrency ecosystem has been so mispriced, meaning its total value is just too low. We're watching the market revalue it where it's supposed to be. Now, which is it? Well, I don't know, but I can get you prepared for both. Now, let's talk altcoins. At Token Metrics, altcoins are what we do, right? We help you find the hidden gems, and we help you organize the bigger altcoins into portfolios. Now, right now, looking at altcoin market cap, we're seeing a threshold level of $700 billion. So just to put this in perspective, when the year started and we were optimistic on crypto, total altcoin market cap was about 200 billion. It's now close to 700. If it breaks 700, well, I just told you that they're waving their hands in the air like they just don't care. They could take the altcoin universe, that's everything below Bitcoin, to 1 trillion. Why not? Seems to be the way things work, right? It's like, okay, it should stop here. Okay, well, it didn't. Now what? So I just want you to be prepared for that. Now, how does total altcoin market cap get to 1 trillion? Well, it would be the trade that we like, which, was sort of left in the dust. ETH would actually pick up and people would go, you know what? This is the dominant network in crypto. I read a report by one of our analysts about an exchange that's coming out in like the layer 2 area of Ethereum. It's going to dramatically reduce gas fees. And I put that report down and I said, I can't believe people are chasing this other stuff and not buying Ethereum. Because if they read this report that we released and they understood what it meant for the future of Ethereum, the fact that everyone is out there chasing centralized solutions or solutions that are not online or have developers instead of Ethereum, I was like, oh my God. And this is classic in markets, right? Frequently, the thing that everyone's doing or that is making headlines is maybe not the right trade. So when I look at Ethereum, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is really slow moving, but that fits with the history of ETH. ETH can bore you to tears. I think Ethereum can still go to 3,500, okay? Because when Ethereum goes, it's not only got to catch up to Bitcoin, but I think it's just got to make a statement that this is the dominant network for decentralized finance. Now, let's talk decentralized finance. DeFi Perp, it's a futures contract that helps you follow all the big DeFi coins that trade on Ethereum, okay? Right now, there's technical resistance at 12,000. And frankly, these coins really did not trade well this week because this was the Ethereum is dead week. Okay, great. Well, if DeFi ignites itself again and takes out 12K, then there can be another run. If not, then some of these DeFi, these Ethereum-based DeFi coins may have to continue to take a back seat to, Polkadot or Binance FOMO. Now, how to measure the market? In other words, if you just got here or you've been here, you're probably having the same feeling like, what do I do now? Right? Crypto was so unusual past 2 weeks that like new people and people who have been here are going, oh my God, this is hard. Like, I own it. Do I sell? And other people are like, well, I just got here. What do I buy? How do I figure it out? All right, let me help you. Galaxy Digital. What is it? It's a cryptocurrency hedge fund run by an ex-Goldman guy named Mike Novogratz. Really smart guy, one of the smartest, one of the best groups out there. In this stock, which trades in Canada, support is at $16. It's had a wild run up. We've been tracking this since it was at $2. And we want to see the 16 level in this stock hold. We think if it does, it's a great leading indicator that things like Bitcoin or Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash or DeFi can continue to go up. We do not want to see a world where wildly speculative cryptos go up and Galaxy goes down. Now, speaking of I'm new, what do? I just got here. This is our Coinbase annual portfolio, which our firm has part of its treasury invested in. And I just wanted to make a few notes for new people and for people who are experienced. In this portfolio, you're going to see, starting on the bottom, moving to the right, you're going to see Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Dash, all forms of money. When we start our Token Metrics live stream, Ian's got this really compelling part where he says, crypto is the future of money. Those coins from this annual portfolio are a part of that future of money, and they may have a lot of room to run. We also, in the top right, see coins like Synthetics. Synthetics, to be very simple, can help disrupt Wall Street's hold on the world of exotic trading and derivatives. So not only is there a future of money, but there's a future of banking, lending, and Wall Street trading all happening inside the crypto universe. So if you don't know where to start, or if you've made a bunch of money and you want to move from that into something else, we think there's a lot of really underappreciated coins in here. And we think there's stuff like Synthetics and Ethereum that can actually like moon. Like we had something in our newsletter about our upside target from Synthetics, and it's really a robust number on the upside. Now, let's take a turn for the serious. So earlier I said the winners for this week were centralized entities. Let's discuss how well centralized entities did this week in the state of Texas. For those outside the U.S., Texas is a very unusual place. It is one of the only U.S. states where you will see the flag of Texas flying everywhere next to the American flag. Texans are generally very proud people, okay? They have an unusual way about them, all right, and a deep history. And even if you weren't born here, if you live here long enough, Texas does rub off on you. However, this week saw something that frankly was shocking, even for this world. Simply, a winter storm came, which we knew what was coming. We knew it was coming, but the following things happened. Our power grid was not equipped for winter storms because our power grid was centralized. There was no competition for electricity. So the centralized entities made a decision prior to winter as to how much electricity we would all need. One side note, I live in the state of Texas, in a southern part called San Antonio. In San Antonio, we froze because in order to preserve the entire power grid, they had to shut off power to half the state, leaving millions freezing, and the people who had power only had it for like 5 to 8 hours a day. Meanwhile, the roads closed and grocery stores were empty and water pipes burst. So in sum, there were people in the United States, in Texas, who did not have power, heat, food, or water for a week. Now, that, folks, is shocking. That, folks, is upsetting. And that, friends, is a colossal failure of a centralized entity. A colossal failure that's so big that I don't mind anymore if they moon Cardano and Polkadot, because it's a protest against a system, a financial system, a government that doesn't work for the people. And in the case of what happened in Texas, or these two people trying to find food in the dark, all right, there was a lot of pain involved in a very short period of time. Other parts of America have storms, but I'm telling you, this one was different because this one made the entire United States look bad. Now, why does that matter? Well, because the legacy press is talking about how interest rates on long-term U.S. bonds are rising, meaning the world may be going like this to U.S. government financial solvency or its reputation. Okay, no doubt this situation was worsened by what happened in Texas. You also have to consider the idea that too much money has been printed. Ian in his commercials talk about governments continuing to print money. These problems could be fueling what's going on in crypto, creating this wild party, well, not too wild, but this wild party in crypto, but in legacy, bond yields are rising. Bonds are falling apart. This is LQD, an ETF of corporate U.S. bonds, like good companies, their bonds. And interest rates are rising to the point where those bonds are starting to fall apart. All right. This is not good for the legacy system. And it's definitely not good for the stock market. Like all week, all weekend, everyone's been like, oh my God, what is happening with interest rates? What is happening with the reputation of the United States? And will this affect a wildly overvalued stock market? Now, in the short term, it's helping a wildly undervalued crypto market. But you have to stay tuned and you have to pay attention to what's going on in QQQ, that's NASDAQ 100, and what's going on in the U.S. bond market. You can track LQD on your trading view. These things matter because one thing we know about this world for the last 12 months is that sudden surprises can create big changes in markets. If you got a lot of money on the table and a lot of profits in crypto, you want to keep one eye on this type of market. Now, a final note, Tesla, Elon Musk. First, he said things about Dogecoin. Then he said good things about Bitcoin. Then he bought some Bitcoin. Then he said bad things about Bitcoin. What's up with that? Well, here's what I think. Elon tried to get a bunch of attention by buying Bitcoin because he wanted Tesla to moon the way Michael Saylor's company, MicroStrategy, has mooned. Well, guess what? Tesla has already mooned, and when Elon bought Bitcoin, Tesla's stock slumped. So he didn't get what he wanted. Now, again, why is that important? Well, because for Elon, the crypto party ended. It kind of ended before it started. So I want you to make money. I want you to get involved, but I don't want you to get wrecked if things turn, because the things we saw this week, I couldn't have predicted. I knew the winter storm was coming, and I knew Binance Coin might go up, but not the way they did. So here's what I want to leave you with. In crypto, folks, party on. In crypto, decentralization has got to win. Okay? Remember what happened in Texas. All right? And if you're making money in crypto, you know what? Good for you. And if you're new to crypto, you haven't missed a thing. You're right on time. All right? And that's the market update for this week.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.